I think the fat pride issue, this really is more symptomatic of the left. And it's the root causes here are greed, enablement, and ingratitude. And these are the same things with every other problem you see from the left. So what happens if someone is greedy and you enable them? It ultimately leads to complete and total ingratitude.
Yeah.
How do I mean this? Greed. Let's start with the left. Let's go economically and then move into fat pride.
Yeah.
For example, today's progressive left, they accuse the wealthy of being greedy. But the wealthy aren't the ones trying to take anything from you. When we talk about the wealthy, the 1%, I think it's joint, depending which number you use, 300-something thousand or 400-something thousand joint household income.
Yeah.
They pay most of the taxes. Okay, we're not talking about the economic system injustice or someone who works at Bear Stearns. We understand. But the truth is, when you're just looking at the general population, it's the progressive leftists who are the ones trying to take what others have earned. Healthcare, universal income, internet, and of course the greed parallels with obesity. You're the greedy pig who ate too much. The non-obese people are not trying to take your food. You're taking theirs. And then you're mad that they're just not on board with it. So then it leads us to enablement with the fat pride issue. And I think that's probably the one that people are the most obvious. Yeah. The left enables bad behavior because it feels good.
Yeah.
As long as it feels good, it's about rather than examining themselves and reflecting. Good. Okay, we've done this before. How much flack have we caught for this? Let's use a few examples. AIDS. AIDS was something specific behavioral patterns lead to catching AIDS. Don't judge! It's perfectly legitimate a lifestyle as anyone else's. Okay, how about a lifestyle called...
We should all be getting AIDS.
You should be so lucky.
You get AIDS, and you get AIDS.
Oprah, by the way, said I think 2 in 5 heterosexual couples by like 1995. We have that sometime. We did it
in
a
0.
Just search Steven Crowder.
That's an advertisement. It was an AIDS surplus she had to give out.
Hey, by the way, the lifestyle is called not having sex with men in truck stop stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's it.
It's the single most preventable disease in human history.
It's 100% preventable. How about instead we have a pill? How about no pill? How about you just don't have orgies in truck stops? Let's go with the pill. Okay, so another example. I mean, obviously abortion.
Yeah.
You have no right to judge. It's just as moral of a choice whether you're pro-life or pro-choice. Listen, you have the right to judge. We've enabled women to make it as easy, actually easier, than putting a child up for adoption. If you're a serially unemployed loser, let's just give them universal income.
Right.
It's a human right. You don't know that's the word, right? Nuance.
Yeah.
According to Anna Kesper. It's nuance.
Everything is nuanced.
Giant fat land whale? Who are you to judge? They're just as healthy and beautiful as everyone else. By the way, they want to change it from diabetes to livabetes. Is actually even really pushing it
That does
hard.
sound better.
Yeah.
It does sound better.
Die is more
you still lose a foot.
descriptive, though.
Yeah. And this leads us to ingratitude. And rather than just becoming a manatee, or being grateful that you live in a country with even the option to become obese. That's one thing, too. The left is constantly, America is the fattest, stupidest. Well, I think it's a great thing that we have the problem of overabundance, right?
Yeah.
I'm still grossed out, but I think it's a good problem to have. Better than starvation. And you have all of the tools readily available to fix it. Instead, people bitch.
Yep.
They bitch because you now feel entitled to not only a seriously grave health risk, but entitled to other people's opinions regarding your beauty. That's the issue here. You demand that the public opinion change in the face of evolutionary biology and, by the way, scientific medical consensus. Not only, let's not even say consensus. Medical accuracy, truth. It doesn't matter who agrees on it. I'm never the problem.
Exactly
You're never the problem. It's society that has to be changed to accommodate them.
Right.
Instead of dropping a few pounds, we have to make all movie theater and airplane seats bigger. These same people are always bitching about privilege. How privileged are they? I'm too fat is the problem. You're privileged, and you're exercising it more. I'm exercising restraint. And then we need to get bigger seats because I actually like the roomy seats. We kind of all benefit. The issue is we go even as far as to shame those people who take care of their bodies.
Yeah.
Right? Now people they're thin is they try to say thin privilege. So we can't shame people for eating themselves into obesity. And I'm not saying you should shame people, but you can't even make a judgment saying this is a bad call.
Yeah.
But we can shame people who exercise enough that they can have a slice of pizza on the weekend, for example. And remember the idea of tolerance?
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that idea? So the definition, I think I have it in front of me, is sympathy or indulgence for beliefs or practices differing from a conflicting opinion with one's own. The act of I don't even think that's going to be in the nomenclature for our kids.
No.
The definition of tolerance. It used to be, don't make fun of fat people. We all agree. Don't be a bully. Of course, that's fine. Listen, I was chubby 7th, 8th, 9th grade. I was short, fat, then really tall and skinny. I didn't shave until I was 21.
The definition is the act of celebrating everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. The left doesn't even allow differing opinions anymore.
Yeah.
They're blatant in the fact that they must engineer public opinion to match theirs exactly, or they will gaslight you. Right? Let's go from gay marriage to men in little girls' rooms.
Yeah.
taxing the wealthy to being forced to praise. Now it's not, you don't believe me? It's forced praise of morbidly obese people.
Instead of weigh-ins, NAFA has yay-ins.
I yay ravishing.
Are you kidding me?
I am halfway between sexy and lovely.
No, you're not.
Oh, I yay sexy.
That was very blatant.
Halfway between diabetes, type 2, and death.
I love Broderick is just a simple answer. No, you're not. Look, this was when we covered last week. This land whale who marched down Times Square in a bikini, right? This comes from Cosmo. And she complained that people were actually catcalling her.
Yeah.
You know, like they wanted to get all up in her crevices and stuff, or whatever it was. I mean, here's a woman who
Pick a crevice.
She's walking down 110th Street. She's causing new potholes. The Ninja Turtles are having to do new drywall and fix their
Very
bookcase.
expensive in New York.
And she's upset that people found her attractive. This is the problem people have. It's the compulsion of life. The definition of tolerance is predicated on the idea of understanding and compromise that we just talked about. So tell me, where is it? We just talked about gay marriage, transgender issues, wealth redistribution. Right now, fat pride. Tell me, where is the offered compromise from the left on any of those issues I just mentioned? Any of those issues I just mentioned, you have to tolerate. They have to be willing to find a middle ground. Name one. You can't force people to accept someone. You can't force an apology. You can't force people to love someone. And you can't force people to be sexually attracted to everyone. By the way, this is the thing. Most guys are sexually attracted to most women. You don't have to be perfect. We just don't want to have to be told that we're a racist, sexist, misogynistic pig if we are not attracted to all of the things.